everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new episode of What's in the Poundland Bin. That's right, it's been a couple of weeks. Have to try and slot it in when I can now that I'm back at work. Anyway, let's have a look, see what the old bin's going to churn out today. I've picked up a couple of Blu-rays from Poundland, but they're not going in the bin yet because it is full to its brim. Fantastic. Okie dokie. Let's dig down deep and find out what the old bin wants to spit out today. Oh, look at my Mandalorian pops. Pop, 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 pop goes the weasel. Right, okie dokie. Hello, Poundland bin. How the devil are you? Where have you been? Bloody lockdown. Right, okie dokie. Fingers are at the ready. Are you ready, folks? Okie dokie. Oh, shit, hell, that's going to fly off its hinge one day. Oh, right, I've got something, and it's sealed. There's loads of sealed stuff down here. And what noise do seals make? Okie dokie. Oh, yes. Okie dokie. Well, it's got a good cast. That doesn't necessarily mean anything these days. It's got Haley Steinfeld. Wasn't she in Bumblebee? I'm sure she was in Bumblebee. Jessica Alba. And Samuel L. Jackson. Click, cleek, bang. Barely Lethal. Jessica Alba. Oh, well, it looks like it's got a bit of action in it. It probably hasn't, but we'll give it a go. I have no idea what it's about. It's about a teenage special ops agent or something like that. Anyway, let's get the old wrapping off and stuck in the old Blu-ray player and find out exactly who's barely lethal. Well, I know I'm pretty lethal after baked beans on toast. Right, okay, so got the wrapping off. Yes, exactly the same image. Okie dokie, at least we've got a nice bit of disc art. It's a 15. Oh, let's have a look. Just a little bit of dust on it. That's okay. Rightio, in we go. Open up. Oh, there we go. In you go. Pan right. Hello, you. Be more Yoda time! Okay, so we have Be More Yoda. Be More Baby Yoda. Yeah, if you can hear that, someone is over the road. I don't know what they're doing. They're cutting tiles or something. Bloody annoying it is. Right, okay. Ooh. Okie dokie. Master Yoda. Oh, I think I better try and do this in Yoda's voice. All his life, he has looked away to the future, to the horizon. Never his mind on where he was. Oh my God. Okie dokie. Right, plan for the future, but don't ignore the present, especially if it's a Christmas present. It pays to consider your end game. That's a wrong franchise. And how you might get there. But don't let planning preoccupy you to such an extent that you forget how to act. You'll never leave the moisture farm and find your destiny among the stars if you spend all your time dreaming and no time doing. But be flexible about your objectives. Your dream may turn out unlike anything you'd ever expected. Yes, you might try to kill your best friend in a molten lava pit. But don't worry, you'll have the high ground. Don't try it. Okie dokie. So that's Be More Yoda for another week. Seriously, we're only halfway through this book. I've got about another 4 books yet. I really want to be more Jar Jar. Yeah. Can you imagine Be More Jar Jar? And actually having to read it in Jar Jar. Oh, me's a bloody annoying little bastard. Okie dokie. Right, shall we watch a film? Shall we watch Barely Lethal? Because it's been a while since I've seen a nice bit of Jessica Alba. Oh, yes. Fantastic. Okie dokie. I wonder how many times Samuel L. Jackson is going to say his world famous MF catchphrase. Well, it is a 15. Right, okie dokie. Let's watch Barely Lethal. Okay. Oh, look. It looks like I've got a Barely Lethal poster behind. Yes, mixed in with Rocket. Fantastic. Okay, so let us turn off the coloured lights. Go on, turn off. There we go. And let us what? Lettuce. Why do I keep saying lettuce? I'm not having lettuce as a snack. No, I don't need anything. We'll just have my din-dins. So let's watch. Oh, she looks familiar. Yeah, so let's watch Barely Lethal and I'll give you my thoughts after the movie.
Meanwhile.
And hey, what's wrong with living dangerously?
Okay, so Barely Lethal. Do you know what? That was actually more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, who would have thought it? So what is Barely Lethal about? It's about a group of orphaned girls, young girls around about 10 years old or so, that train at this big military hush-hush secret agent assassin school. So it's a bit like Kingsman when Eggsy went to training. It shows them how to use AK-47s, grenades and things like that, martial arts, throwing knives, kickboxing and all that kind of stuff. And basically teaches them to become assassins and secret agents, you know, for particular missions later in life. And the main part of the story is Haley Steinfeld, who plays this grown-up version of one of the assassins, and she goes on this mission. Unfortunately, the mission goes a bit wrong, and she falls out of the helicopter into a river and disappears. And it's kind of her escape. It's her escape because she's always wanted to have a proper teenage girl life. Back at the training camp, you know, she's watching movies such as Mean Girls and Clueless and stuff like that. And she feels like she's been deprived, you know, all her life of this teenage life. So she kind of goes into hiding and goes to live with this family, kind of a student exchange. She ends up going to a high school, and the film does become Mean Girls, Clueless sort of thing. I mean, to start with, the whole film had a kind of kick-ass hit girl feel to it, and the opening credits were really good. The opening credits had this animated introduction to these girls going through their training at this military place, and had a hit girl feel to it with a bit of Bond opening sequence elements to it. So it's all about life at high school. Pretty much the way to sum it up, if you remember in Kick-Ass 2, when Hit Girl decided to go to high school and try to fit in, it kind of becomes that. Of course, what do you get when you're at high school? You get the bullies, You get, you know, First Love, and you get the homecoming dance and stuff like that. Also, I mean, they're numbered as agents. It's like 43, 42, that kind of thing. And she has a rival played by Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones, who's really good in this, really good. Samuel L. Jackson's character is like the leader of the military school. He looks out for her. Actually, he is kind of a bit like his Avengers character. You know, oversees everything and trains people up. Yeah, the main baddie of the film, which completely surprised me, is Jessica Alba. She's like the ex-assassin that went out and became the villain. There's some really good dialogue. There's some funny dialogue. There's some Mean Girls Clueless high school style dialogue. One of the best pieces of dialogue was when Samuel L. Jackson's character, Hardman, that's his name, and Victoria, Jessica Alba, they were toe-to-toe, and the line from Jessica Alba was like, are you still training 007-year-olds? Something like that. So it was quite a good little line. But there are some funny one-liners in it. Some really good dialogue. Nothing's cringy. And yeah, I laughed quite a few times. I'm really surprised, actually. I really thought this was going to be pants, even with a really good cast. But I really enjoyed it. It was a good Mean Girls 007 kick-ass type of movie. And with some great performances as well. There could be a sequel. I can see there could be a sequel to it. Don't suppose there ever will be. I think this was 2015, but really entertaining film. Picture quality was absolutely fantastic. Didn't see any grain. Beautiful, crisp colours. Just a great looking transfer. The sound was actually Dolby Digital 5.1, which did upscale it to DTS Neuro on the system. And it was a good soundtrack. Dialogue was great. Action scenes were fantastic. Explosions were loud. A bit of use of the surrounds. So yeah, all in all, the picture and the sound quality were really good. I don't think there's any special features. Doesn't look like there's any special features. The film is 99 minutes long. So just under an hour and 40. But yeah, I actually had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was a really well put together and well constructed hour and 40 minute Mean Girls Bond type of film. Fantastic. So how would I rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, obviously 10 because it had Jessica Alba in it. I would actually rate it at 7. 7 teenage assassins out of 10. Yes, it may seem like a high rating for a film that's barely on anybody's radar, but sometimes you find little gems that kind of just attach to you and they kind of surprise you. Yes, fantastic. So Barely Lethal, I would give it a go. You might be pleasantly surprised, but like I say, it's got some good storyline, some good action, a lot of laughs, great characters. Good. Okay, so Barely Lethal, that is this week's Poundland bin pick. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to put it in the recycle bin or am I going to put it on the shelf? Do you know what? I'm actually going to put this on the shelf. It may not be one of those really big titles, but it's an entertaining film and it's certainly a film that I would watch again. Maybe not for a while, but for a bit of light-hearted high school action adventure comedy. Definitely. So hope you enjoyed my review of Barely Lethal. Like the video by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I shall see you on the next video. Bye bye.